Hey guys, it's Slimeball with Full Deck Gaming, and today I'm making a video on a topic that I really was not planning on making actually. In fact, I am shocked that I have to make this video in general. I am going to be discussing the ethics of using third-party apps such as Porofessor, Blitz, Mobalytics, etc. to help in League of Legends. Before we get to that, be sure to subscribe if you are new. We are getting a ton of new viewership, but our sub count is low enough that I don't think this content is going to be taken seriously if I display it. Drop a like if you enjoy this content. Please, for the love of God, comment your thoughts. Is it right or wrong to use these third-party apps? Let me know. I want to hear from you. The reason for this video is that someone commented on one of my previous videos and was talking about how it isn't right to use these apps. And I really wanted to have a full discussion about it. I was all over it. Finally, someone who has a different perspective than me that I can debate and have a productive conversation with on a subject that I know a decent amount about. And so I replied in the comments, and the response I got was, quote, "Everyone else does it, so why shouldn't I?" Close quote. Talk about a disappointing response. I thought we were going to have a real conversation. I make videos on this stuff for fun. That sarcastic strawman response is so embarrassing. I don't want to gaslight the guy on my channel. You watched my videos. I'm not about turning away viewers. But it seemed to me like I brought a keg to a first grade birthday party. I just felt so out of place. Before I go any further, don't put me on blast for that. I do not condone such behavior. I feel like I need to point that out so that no one's throwing a shit fit. I clearly was not in the same league as this guy, and so I was embarrassed and disappointed when I got such a childish response. The comment did get me thinking about the morality of using an app like Blitz, Mobalytics, or Porofessor, maybe even FaceCheck, don't know, haven't made a review of it yet. I'm going to, it's in the works, subscribe so you don't miss it. As my video on the legality of it says, it is perfectly allowed by Riot Games to use these apps, even giving these apps their API, so it's very clear that these apps are allowed and acknowledged by Riot Games. But is it right to use them? There were several points made to me, and I think some of them hold some merit, and I think the others are absolute trash. Again, this is my opinion. You are entitled to yours, and you are entitled to disagree with me. If you do or do not, there's no try, then sound off in the comments. I want to hear about it. The first point made to me was that you can focus on someone who had a bad game before by looking up their game history. You know they're having a bad time. You can focus them. You can take them down. I can't really argue with that. I'm sure people have done it to me. Claiming that this knowledge affects the in-game experience is a bit more of a straw man argument to me, as it is to adapt to part of the game, like getting counterpicked when you pick first. This is a chess match, and you shouldn't call it the fault of someone else for adding pieces and using everything at their disposal for their own advantage. I see an iron level player tops, you better believe I'm pitching a tent and I'm camping that shit out. I'm going to make his life hell. I'm just going to gank to the max. And I'm sure gold players do that shit to me all the time too. Strategy is a crucial part of this game. Just like it's a strategy to bully a weak CSer really hard so you can stack up mid and ADC kills. Having prior knowledge, it's not like insider trading here where it's really cheating. It's a scouting report. You know, like every football team, pro player, pro gamer, pro pretty much anything has. It's not an unfair advantage, especially on free apps, but more about that part later. The comment continues going on about how LP points punish you hard for losing and how it makes ranked harder. I completely agree. Ranked is hard, and I don't like the LP system, mainly because I can be doing well, and the top laner is feeding Teemo till his little AIDS mushrooms are so powerful it can clear a fucking room. This video is not about how the ranked system works, and I really don't want to get into that right now. I'm sure if people want to hear about it, they'll tell me. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Next, there's a remark about Field of Intelligence being impacted because you know wins and loss rates for champions by matchup. Broad language may be vague here, but it does not have any impact based on what champions are meta. And just an app reinforcing that's not really a big deal. It is not that hard to figure out what champions are going to trump other champions. Third-party apps do not impact who you choose to play on. That is on you. And the moment you make a choice, that choice is yours. Not Riot's, not your opponent's, not the apps, not the games. Yours. Peer pressure is a myth. You make your own choices, that is life. Blaming others for it, for your own deal, is a great way to end up bitching about how much you hate team. Oh. It's part of the game at every level. The guy who watches esports for 5 hours a day is going to be better than me because I don't watch esports for 5 hours a day. That isn't his fault, and he shouldn't be handicapped because he knows more about the game than I do. That's completely beside the point. Let's get right back on topic here. The comments go on to say that Riot and third-party apps are all about making money. Duh. That doesn't have an impact on the apps, even though they want to make money too. Providing a service that you indulge is not the company's fault. You choose to play a free game and then complain about it because someone made a free app to help you get better at a free game, and they're all making money. That's great business. Adding more champs to keep it fresh, even OP ones, is also great business strategy. The claims that Riot is corrupt and therefore their approval or what violates terms of service is not valid, bullshit. They wrote the terms of service. They get to decide what's right and what's wrong. Like, I have this to say, and I want to be very clear. Riot made the game. Who would know what violates their rules better than them? You gonna ask a banker about auto repair? Absolutely not. Riot approves things to make them money. Riot approves these apps because they don't violate their rules. I do not see these as issues. Last part about this that I really, really need to hammer home here. These third-party apps are free to use. Yes, some of them have paid premium features, etc. They don't cost you money. I don't think I've spent any money on a third-party app ever, and I review these things for fun on YouTube. If you choose to use them, that's on you. If you choose not to use them, don't blame others who do. I'm not telling anyone what to do in terms of using these apps. I'm saying that someone's choice to use them is not impacted by you, and vice versa. Personally, I do not see any moral conflict in using an app like this to help you play League of Legends. If you disagree, I want to hear from you in the comments below. If you have other thoughts or disagreements with me, think I missed something, or anything you want to say, let me know. Till next time, like, subscribe, comment, share, and don't forget to bring a towel. I'm out.